PE 5, moved by Councillor Data, seconded by Councillor Hall. Do you want a second one? Yep, Councillor Hall. Yep.
Defer to the full council meeting next new financial year.
Yep. All those in favour, councillors? Unanimous. PE 6. Mover. Moved by Councillor Hall. Seconded by Councillor Data. Councillor Data. Defer to the Can councillors please hold on to these business papers here so that we do not have to print this again? This is will be the third time that these matters coming. So all those in favour, councillors? Unanimous?
Planning agreement with policy.
Planning agreement we did already. We did by exception. Yep. PE 8.
Just a question through the chair.
Yes.
So the PE2 can also be moved in the next financial year.
Yes.
That's
where you can recommend.
Yeah, that's good. PE 8. Sorry. Rather moved by councillors. Moved by Councillor Hall. Seconder, Councillor Reddy. Just a question to the Acting Director. With the changes that were previously resolved, does this impact this delivery plan? And do we need to move some sort of recommendation to make changes if necessary?
Today you're speaking to the deferral of the previous planning proposal? The master plan, the tender's gone, yeah. There would need to be maybe some minor tweaks in the implementation plan in terms of time frame. The tender document for the North Homebush Master Plan does speak to beginning of that process in December. Yeah. And the awarding being not long after, starting work in January, I suppose. If those matters are now to be considered at a later date, that will have an impact on our time frame. Yeah. And we can adjust that. Do you need any direction to adjust that in the recommendation, or is that something that would just happen? Yeah, we can adjust that relating to the resolution on council. Okay. So any other debate on that, councillors? That answers, I think, the question.
So, did that answer the question that this doesn't have any impact on on that other one?
So if there's any changes in relation to that tender not proceeding, that they can make the housekeeping amendments.
PE1. Yeah. So this doesn't have any impact on PE1? Is that right?
No, through the chair, the North Homebush Master Plan project is specified within the implementation plan as it is key to delivering housing in our LGA. The time frames, though, allotted to that master plan project in the implementation plan would have to be extended or, made to reflect what council's resolutions were.
So we can't pass it. So we can't vote for this recommendation because it's got to be changed.
No, but there's changes can be made. We'll receive and note the plan. If there's changes that need to be made, it can be done in-house, yeah? But we don't need a recommendation. Okay, I'll put it to you, councillors. All those in favour? Unanimous. PE 9, page 1877.
I'll move that.
I'll move it, I'll second it, councillor.
Going to consultation. What stage is that?
Hang on a second.
Give me a second,
So
councillor.
what is the recommendation? The county receive and note no.
Page 1877, councillors.
I think I might make some changes.
So it is really going for a consultation. Okay, I want to second it.
You can move it.
I can move it. I will propose an amendment.
So councillor Dana moving and councillor, and Mayor seconding.
Yes, I want to propose an amendment.
And what's your amendment? I'll give you mine. You do your first.
Yes.
So
The amendment is,
can I just, yeah, so,
sorry, yes, Mr. Mayor, when you are.
so it's moved by Paul, seconded by Blackmore, the first one. So you're
Which
saying,
one?
No, you want to, so I'm giving it up to councillor Dana.
P9, we are talking about P9.
P9.
yes, okay, so moved by councillor Data, seconded by councillor Blackmore, yes? What's your amendment, councillor?
No, sir, this is a difficult piece. Difficult piece because we are talking about removing or we're talking about a bus service that we have been providing to a particular, to the community for some time. And I went through all the various reports that we have seen before, and one of the reports that I'm referring to, I'm sure you all have seen this. This was prepared by Patrick Wong.
What year?
It was not very long ago. It was 5722. So it was 5th of April 2022. And this report recommends this. It recommends this. I mean, I don't want to read all these pages and don't want to keep it here. It recommends that the bus currently has two routes, named the red route north and the blue route south. Both routes are covered within the air and have been modified a number of times, subject to community needs and wants. The red routes quarterly passenger number 6,394, the blue route 4,100 something. The projected number for 21-22, 27,000, the other is 17,000. And this report suggested that a suggestion for council is to consider keeping the red route. All nominated bus stops on the red route are strongly patronized, so it is recommended that all stops on the red route are to remain. And on that basis, it is recommended that our over-serviced bus route be terminated in the blue route. So I am suggesting that this consideration or this recommendation of this report be presented to the community for noting, and then based on the feedback we get, we can make our determination in the future meeting. Undertaking a community engagement program on the proposed suggestion or whatever, and lobby transfer from New South Wales we do. So that's my recommendation here, that we keep the red route. All nominated bus stops on the red route are strongly patronized, so we recommend that all stops on the red route have to remain. And on that basis also we recommend that the blue route be terminated based on the lack of demand of passengers, and I refer to this report. So that's my amendment. That's my replacement for.
I'm not accepting your amendment, councillor.
You're not accepting?
I can't accept it.
Okay,
You can
so
talk
that's,
about it if you like.
I've got an amendment.
yeah. So it will be recorded, isn't it?
I'm not sure if that's why I just moved it. Yeah. So I think, councillor, you know, this motion is not saying to completely, you know, it is asking the resident, saying that we are considering ceasing the service because of obviously the massive cost it is on residents. I think the last calculation, when we did the numbers, was something like $63 per person who steps onto the bus. We could probably give them a cab charge instead, and it'll be cheaper. So this is about talking to the residents, and if there is a big demand for the service in particular areas, that'll come out in the consultation. So I think the fact that we're just going to our residents and asking them what they want is a good approach. It's like, remember there was a motion there, CCS 12, where we were talking to our residents. Yeah, that one there, we were just, you know, being open and honest with the residents when I remember I voted on that one. Yeah.
Well, Mr. Mayor, if you do not accept my recommendation, then I will put that as a shadow motion.
For shadow?
Mr. Mayor, can I have your assistance, because I think we should change the current motion recommendation as it stands, and rather than the advice community looking to cease the operation, the council, number one, the council undertakes community engagement program advising the community, one, the cost of the connector bus of 1.377 blah blah blah. Then add another 2 points of, I think we might have discussed another 2 things that we wanted to put in there, and then put in there something about feedback be presented to councillors, to a councillor workshop prior to it going to an ordinary council meeting. What about that? Basically goes to a consultation.
It's consultation, but the wording I want to put a shadow motion, mind you. I want to put a shadow motion to the effect that that is recommended in this report. Whether it loses or not, I want to put that they are in the shadow motion. The shadow motion is saying.
We're discussing the current motion. We can talk about the shadow motion, the current motion.
So I'm looking at something just to change the wording of it. If you could add a few more things on there, maybe put in there that what we want in the feedback.
I think the advice the community that is looking to cease the operation of connected bus
I don't think we should look at it
as part of a cost savings initiative currently under review.
I think maybe that the council will take community engagement program as part of its cost saving initiative, and I think we should put in a word citation in there. The council will take community engagement program as part of its cost saving initiative, and one advise the community of the cost of the connector bus of $1.84 million.
Well, that's the budgeted.
Advise the cost, the budgeted cost.
Yeah.
Number 2, what was in that recommendation?
Consider providing the services based on demand. On routes that is well patronized.
Yeah, I think with this is point 1, if you can just take out the figure, councillor, just so we can make sure.
Take out the figure.
Yeah, make sure it's.
Well, we've got that in the report. Why don't we just use one in the report?
One report, previous report, something else. This one's saying another thing. So let's just get the correct, we'll just leave it to
Oh,
the
That's
original.
okay, that's okay, I think that looks okay.
No, I wanna put the number in the, I wanna put the number in the,
We've got the budgeted costs.
Yeah, budgeted cost, councillor.
yeah, but what's the budget cost?
Well,
100,000?
that's
So
okay.
one was 1.84 million, one was
Well, we need to
1.3.
put, and I would like to put a number in there, so it's,
It'll need to be the 1.377.
yeah, and put the 1.377 in there.
So what I'm trying to say, like, the advisory committee is looking to see the operational.
Not see.
So but you were saying to add that as well, councillor?
Yeah,
As
no, I'm
part of-
saying to
As
get,
part of a
Get
cost.
the fees,
I'm changing to get rid
So,
of,
yeah. But on your one to say,
change the wording of it, so that council undertake community engagement program as part of its cost saving initiative and advise the community of the budget cost of connected bus service of 1.3777 million.
yeah, I think that's,
Advise the community that it is looking to cease,
No, that,
no, that's,
I wouldn't put
I think what I
number
was trying to say, David, sorry, is a bit, just the as part of a suite of, cost saving initiatives currently under review, put that on the end of point 1.
two.
Yeah.
So the council wants to take a community engagement program as part of its cost saving initiative in regard to the ongoing provision of the bus service.
Yes,
Yeah.
yep, okay, yep. Yep.
Saving in regards to the ongoing provision
Of the connected
of
bus.
yeah, that's okay, is that not, that's more acceptable, yeah.
And
yeah.
advise the community of the budget cost of connected bus of which is part of its what? Suite? Part of its suite,
Of cost saving.
part of its suite of, what does suite mean?
Like,
Why does
Like
word?
it's not sweet, is
Oh, I mean, suite,
Not
oh,
suite,
okay.
Sweet.
I'm gonna put in the sentences, right? Then, the feedback within a council workshop prior to an ordinary council meeting.
I think you should date when the meeting is, councillor.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, next week, February council, ordinary council meeting.
Mhm.
To the ordinary February council meeting.
Do you wanna see the engagement, do we wanna see the engagement program before it goes out?
Sorry, what was that, no?
Do you wanna see the engagement program before it goes out?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, do we have to put that in, or can we just?
I think we need to put that in.
How many times, like, we're adding layer on layer on layer, and buses going nowhere.
No, I think we must look at not at it just in one dimensional way, we are also dealing with people's lives.
It's not an
It's
ambulance
not,
service.
it's actually not, it's not a council responsibility. And you can go and talk to your mate Jason Jackson Lee and ask him to get us,
Of course, that
a
would be
bus
part
service,
of, that
because
would,
he hasn't done anything
I
yet.
think that would be part of it, like, talking to Jason Yasin,
Well, that was on the, original recommendation, councillor.
But, people are getting some services, and we are trying to withdraw it, so it's a different. We are talking about, people with young kids, and, young moms with the, pushing their, takes the bus, a young, tram to get their kids on the boats, and it's just not, everything is not, I mean, there is a price to all of those things.
Yeah, and this is where my amendment's going to,
What's your amendment?
explain that. I want to just point 3 to leave it in that recommendation, with about lobby the Transport for New South Wales as well. That's important.
Yeah.
And then there was another point that I'm going to add. Just on the end of actually Councillor Hall's point 1, that this figure be clearly shown as a cost per residential ratepayer.
What does that mean?
That means it'll show residents how much are you paying in your house for that bus to drive around with no one in it.
Because that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, you gotta let people know the cost of things, and then let the people make the decision. Give them the information. Yeah, that sounds, I'm happy with that.
Just a second.
Can we put
Yeah, that is right.
MILLION?
Pardon?
In case people think it's 1.377 cents?
Mm.
I would put the word
Yeah,
million.
can we just make sure that says million?
Million. Not million. Million, not million.
I would say that, I would leave it like that, Michael. I would suggest that he take that.
Yeah, nah, leave it.
No, I think we need to be clear to them, right?
We need to be
If
very, very.
we're going to consult with them that they need to pay more rate, we should let them know that
If everybody's
if they
money
didn't
is
pay
saved,
this much for the bus, maybe the rate will be cheaper.
Presented to a councillor also.
We're asking our residents for a rate rise. We need to give them every information we possibly can. And if we can save them some rate rises by getting rid of this, well, let them make the decision.
That's it. It's the residents' money, let them make the decision.
So what will be the procedure when you say let them make the decision?
Well, look, if you recall, three very responsible councillors here voted to consult with our residents about rate issues, and when it comes back to the council in February, we'll make a decision to actually say what we're going to do based on the feedback from our residents. If our residents renownedly come across and say, you know, cut the connector bus because I don't want to pay, you know, whatever it is, $100 extra rate, then we'll probably have to cut the connector bus, Councillor Data.
No, I think we're not giving any dimensions on what are going to be the various dimensions for the making of decision. So we are not putting anything, it's open-ended.
Feedback.
Yes, we're asking for
Feedback on
feedback.
what? Feedback on
We
what?
might get 100 people to say,
For
keep
feedback,
it.
we need to give a framework.
Well,
What is the feedback going to be on?
that's the program. So that's up to the officers to make up.
That's the question I'm asking.
Councillor Data, we leave it to the expert staff, and we will get the feedback from our residents. We have every right to know how much they're paying for a bus that most of them don't use.
What's the use of having so much information without them knowing how is it gonna affect their pocket? So I think,
No, that I'm not.
because you are rich, you don't
Anyway,
consider.
What are the dimensions we are going to ask information on? Let's do the chair I'm asking.
Sure, just ask the question.
I'm sure I don't.
Are they going to write a free-flowing sentence, or are we going to give the?
Councillor, please. Yes,
Through you, Mr. Mayor. So there's a couple of different channels that we would seek to get the feedback. There is a survey that will go on the website, which will have a number of questions to allow us to identify, say for example, the age group who might be using the bus or who's actually responding to the survey, the time that they would use the service, questions about where they're travelling from as well, whether they would like to see the service modified, discontinued, or some form of a hybrid option provided, or outsourced to another provider. And then there'll also be the opportunity for them to provide some free text feedback for us as well. So, but there will be a survey to allow us to form a view.
That explains. Thank you. So that's what I wanted to clarify. So if I may add there on number point 2, feedback receipt from a survey, professional survey, will be presented to a councillor workshop prior to an ordinary council meeting. That adds the clarity to it. Professional survey.
Professional survey.
Will be.
Could
We
be
don't need
either,
that.
won't it? They can do either.
No, look, I don't think we need to put the word professional in there, and you know, that's pretty degrading, pretty
Professionally, are we going to
pretty
hire
degrading
somebody
to,
to do
our
this?
staff.
These are professional.
That would.
The GM is a professional. I mean, how high is the?
Anyway, councillors, can we,
I think
get through this bit?
Okay, let's
It's a
go.
long meeting.
Is it? Yeah, I think that's all done.
Okay, that's all.
I'm happy with that one.
Okay.
Let's vote.
Yep, okay,
Let's do the vote.
that's it. All those in favour, councillors? Unanimous. Okay, we'll move on to EO1.
Mr. Mayor, you should thank me for making me popular, giving an opportunity to be popular.
Too popular.
We can.
Thank you, and buy me coffee for this.
Okay, councillors, do I have a mover for this, councillors?
Which one is that?
This is the rubbish bin installation at Flemington Station, councillors.
Oh, yes, I do that.
You'll move it?
Yeah.
Thanks, councillor. Is there a seconder for this motion, councillors? Yep, I'll second the motion, councillors. Any debate on this motion, councillors?
No money, calculation.
No, this is,
Yep, again, no money.
What is it?
oh, is it, it is going to be, that is,
Yeah.
it was discussed and debated. Even we discussed the location where it is going to be put at.
Mm.
So, we should do it.
You support it, okay. Any further debate, councillors? No. I'll put to you, councillors, all in favour. Councillor Data, all against. Councillor Hall, Councillor Reedy, Councillor Blackmore, I declare it lost. Okay, matters of urgency, according to 241 of the Local Government Act, Regulation, nil. So, we're going to move into closed session, councillors, and I thank the members of the public for your patience. Thank you for coming, and hopefully you had a bit of entertainment, but and we have no quorum.
What they?
We lost quorum again. Actually, I wanted to use the bathroom, but I was, you don't kick me.
Because now you can go. Because last forum
Kick
anyway.
me. Anyway.
Councillor, we need a quorum. Councillor, we need a
You're not the quorum.
There's one right
Oh,
here.
yeah, there we go.
Oh, okay, so that was, I never felt so important in the meeting.
Oh, really?
They both were.
Okay.
Sorry, what was that?
The other
They
guy
were one of
came
the
before.
proposals. That was the proposal guy.
Proposal.
Yeah, they're for the planning proposal.
The P2, so they are there.
What's then?
That's there. And then, they are still sitting here.
They were still sitting here. They were not having.
So what did they tell you?
Nothing. They just. Not
Okay, moving to closed session. Let's get the door. Is the
Closed session. How can you have a closed session when it's this bright?
We've got to do the, I think you've got to.
There's all
let's
the,
sorry, councillors.
all the stuff.
I'll move. We're moving to closed session. Seconded by
second.
Councillor Hall. All those in favour? Unanimous.
Does everybody leave except for the general manager?
Hmm?
No,
I don't know.
the minutes are.
That's good.
Through the chair, the staff has seen the presentation and are aware of what the report